Welcome back. Before the break, we are talking about what does pioneers mean in this text in here. So I asked you to read this text in your workbook, page 44 and 55. Don't read it the whole. Now you are going to skim also and see what does pioneers in here mean. So is it someone who invents something, or someone who flies planes, or one of the first people to do something, or someone who builds planes? Pioneers in here means, I think you have read the text in here. It means someone who do something for the first time. If you look at the meaning in the dictionary, you may see person or a group or things that is the first or among the earliest in any field of or inquiry in doing something. They are, the head start doing that thing. Okay, good. So in this text or in this task, you are asked to read a text in activity 3, this text, and find the words below in the text. Then write the verb that go with them. Then write your own sentence, using that verb. Again, you have to read, find the word, look for a specific information, skimming there and to find it. Then, after you find it, write the verb of that word, the verb, then use that verb in your own sentence or in a sentence of your own. Okay, you are given an example in here. In line 5, there is a word sells. Verb is to sell. It says bakery sells bread. Bakery sells bread. This is a sentence that they use the verb sells in here. So let's go on and start with A. Inventor. Inventor. First of all, we need to look for the word. Where is it? Yes, it is in paragraph 1. In line 1. It says in here, even they are giving it. So, the inventors of the aeroplane. So, what does inventor mean in here? Yes, it means the person who creates something from nothing, who creates something. So, the brothers write, we're the inventor of that aeroplane. So, what's the next thing? Is to create a verb. Is to create a verb, or to bring the verb. What is the verb of inventor? Yes, it is to invent something. Is it to invent something? Could you please put it in a sentence of your own? Think of a sentence. Nice. You need to have a subject, verb, and sometimes an object. You may say inventors invent what? Inventions. Inventor invent inventions. Good. This is a sentence in here. Let's have a look at B. Experimental. Experimental in here. It talks about experience. Experimental. Which line? Line 2. Let's have a look at line 2. It says in here. Okay, have a look at the sentence. Guess the meaning of the word. Although they were not the first people to build any fly experimental aircraft. Experimental aircraft. An adjective for the aircraft in here. Experimental. What does that mean? It means to experience, to examine something. This to put it under test. To put it under test. So this is an adjective for something that you put it under test, to experiment. Experimental aircraft. So what is the verb of coming from the word experimental? To experiment. Good. Put it in a sentence. Put it in a sentence. Yes. Let's have a look in here. To experiment, it says At university, you will experiment responsibility. At university, you are going to experiment responsibility. You are going to, through the experience, to try it and to see, are you up to it or not? Good? Nice. See, glider. Glider, what does that mean in line 7? See in here. Guess the meaning. At that time, the only flying machines were gliders. What does gliders mean? That. This is the meaning. Light planes that can fly without an engine. So what does glider mean? It means that small or sometimes even big airplanes or planes that could fly in the sky without using an engine. Sometimes you use that kite or things, or even you fly it by yourself in the air, so without using that engine. They are called gliders. If you understand the verb glide, you will know what does gliders mean. So the verb of it is to glide on something. For example, you know, if you are playing hockey, you glide sometimes in the surface of the ice. To glide is to move smoothly on a surface of something. To glide. Sometimes even in the air, it glide like this smoothly in the air. So to glide. So use the verb to glide or glide in a sentence. Go ahead. Good. Nice. Don't forget to use SVO, subject, verb, and object sometimes. So let's have a look at this example. The verb glide. They glide, or yes, across the ice surface. They glide across the ice surface. Okay, even sometimes, you know, they glide. Okay, they glide, they move smoothly on such thing, on a surface of something. They glide on the surface. Good, don't forget such things. In grade 10, you have learned suffixes, prefix and suffix, you know, fixation in general. And you know that some suffixes change their meaning, or some prefixes also change their meaning. In here, it is good to go back to that rule and remember the root of the word, how to make it a verb, how to make it a noun, the doer of or the maker of that thing. So it is good in here, as you can see. The glide, glider. Good. Demonstration. Demonstration. What does that mean? In line 17. Look in here. Demonstration. In line 17. Those contracts stated that the brothers had to carry out public demonstration of their flights. The idea that, for example, those companies, you know, respond those brothers, but for something they have to gather people there. They have to be, you know, together people and show them things there. So demonstration means what? Means what? Gathering people there. Gathering people, demonstration people when they gather there, and for example, sometimes they are asking for their rights there. So what is the verb of demonstration? Is to demonstrate. It's to demonstrate. Have a look at this example in here. It says thousands of people or thousands demonstrated in favor of government. They demonstrated, they gathered there to support the idea, or to support the government there. So demonstrate and demonstration, as you remember in the fixation lesson there. Good. E, to promise. To promise, or it is promise in here, like in here. So to promise something, to made a promise. To made a promise. You know what does promise mean? Promise, when you say that I will do something to someone, and you should be up to your word. So the word promise could be a noun and at the same time it could be a verb, to promise something, to promise to do something. Like in here, he promised to follow or forward my email, to forward the email. So he promised to do something, promised, you know. As you can see, some words could be a noun and verb at the same time, like the word promise in here. Let's move to the last word, permission. Permission. If you are asking for permission, for example, to leave, permission, let's have a look at line 23 in here. So with their father's permission, with their father's permission. Permission, you know it. When you ask someone to allow you to do something, they are asking their father to do that thing. So permission means asking someone or something to give you, to allow you to do something. But what is the verb of the word permission? Is to permit. Is to permit something. To permit. To permit, to allow someone to do something. Like in here, the law doesn't permit smoking in public places. The law doesn't permit smoking in public places. So permit means to allow someone to do something. This activity is a very useful activity in which you may sometimes derive the verbs from the nouns there. You are reading, for example, a task or a text in your reading examination, and you may derive some verbs from that text to be used in your writing there. We are coming to the homework. In here, in this homework, you are asked to read the text again. Now you are going to practice timed reading. You have to practice time reading. You know, we have done that before. You need to have a watch or a timing machine and go through the text, time yourself, and then refer back to the process timing. We have learned about them in theme 2 and unit 1, page 16 there. Okay, so what should you do now? You should go through the text, time yourself. How much time would you need to read it quickly, or then to read it in details? How much time do you need? It's a very useful technique. It is very useful, especially in your examination. You have to practice reading fast because you need that in your examination. You have 20 minutes almost for reading task, or maybe for each one almost. You have to be quick in reading. So this is almost everything for today. I hope this lesson was really fruitful and you have enjoyed it. Until that time, please enjoy the weekend and keep safe.